Having a puppy can sometimes feel like a bit of a roller coaster ride. And I know, I get it, I'm there too. But you also have the opportunity to build an incredible lifelong bond with your dog as they get older. Hey, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Nicole with Podorable Finds, and I am obsessed with helping dogs and their owners live their best lives. In today's video, we're going to go through the 5 stages of your puppy's development, and at the end, we are going to take a look at a really cool calculator to see how big your puppy is going to grow to in adulthood. So let's dive in. Okay, the first stage of puppy development, actually the first 2 stages of puppy development are pretty short. So the first one is the neonatal stage, which is from 0 to 2 weeks. At this point, your puppy only has 2 senses, taste and touch. They rely entirely on their mother for everything. The second stage is the transitional stage. So this is from 2 to 4 weeks. At this point, your puppy is starting to gain all of the rest of their senses. So they can hear, their eyes start to open, they have a sense of smell, their teeth start coming in, so those razor sharp puppy teeth. And then by 4 weeks, they can actually start barking and wagging their tail. Now the next stage is the socialization stage. This usually it overlaps a little bit, but from 3 to 12 weeks. So at the 3 to 5 week mark, your puppy is now becoming more aware of their surroundings. They're able to create bonds with humans. So they're getting familiar with household sounds. So, that could be cell phone notifications or dishwashers, vacuum cleaners, that sort of thing. Also in that 3 to 5 week mark, the puppy is starting to socialize with their litter and their mom. Nipping kind of starts at this stage, but they're learning their boundaries a little bit with how far they can go. And by the 4 week mark, mom starts to wean their puppy. Now from 7 to 12 weeks, so the later part of this socialization stage, this is when puppies are typically ready to go home. Many breeders and many professionals would recommend, to wait between 8 and 10 weeks for a puppy to go home. I took my puppy home at about 9 weeks, which I think was a pretty good time. This is also a really good time to start with crate training your puppy. They now have full use of all of their senses, completely aware of their surroundings. They're creating bonds with humans and with other animals, so it's a really good time as well to make sure that you're really socializing your puppy as much as possible during this time. Now, ironically or coincidentally, whichever way you want to look at it, between the 8 and 10 week mark, like I said, around the prime time for puppy to go home, this is their first fear period. So even if you're bringing a new puppy home, they do have an adjustment time, of course, but if you're noticing that your new puppy is very fearful of a lot of things in their surroundings, that's not necessarily a personality trait just yet. This is just them going through their very first fear period, and they've got 3 more to go. Next is, now we're at the 3-month mark. We're coming into the next phase of your puppy's development. So from 3 to 6 months, this is kind of their testing period. It's also a time when your puppy is going to try to rank themselves in the order of your pack. So your pack could obviously would include yourself, but any other pets, family members, children. So your puppy is trying to figure out where they rank within your pack, and they will try to outrank other pets, children, and other humans in your family. Problem behavior can begin around this time, so it's a great time to get your puppy into training. This will help not only with their behavior or nip any behavioral problems in the bud, but it will also really help with engaging with your puppy and building that strong bond. Also in this period is the second fear period. So this is around that 4 to 6 month mark. You might notice that where your puppy has gotten over certain fears, those fears may reemerge or new ones may start to come to the surface. Okay, so now we've hit the 6 month mark. 6 month to 18 month is typically considered the adolescence period. Now, a little caveat here with that is that adolescence is going to depend really on the size of your dog. So smaller dogs, smaller breed dogs, so say a Yorkshire Terrier, might go into the adolescence phase a little bit sooner because smaller breed dogs happen to mature faster. A larger breed dog, so your Great Danes or large breed dogs, they may not hit adolescence until they get to the 9-10 month mark. But this is really just a guideline for you in terms of kind of what your puppy is going through. So in adolescence, this is when your dog is reaching sexual maturity. So they're going to be filled with hormones. They actually have 2 more fear periods in this time as well. Those fear periods are typically around that 9-month mark, and again, the 14 to 18 month mark. So just so long as you're mindful of that and you see that these are just typical fear periods for your dog, this is not necessarily a personality trait just yet, and so long as you're being very positive with your dog and giving them really happy sounds whenever they are facing a new fear. Now keep in mind during this stage as well, the adolescent stage, you might find that there are some more aggression behaviors, especially with your guardian dog breeds. So guarding breeds, that's when their guarding instincts really start to form and to take shape. So you really want to make sure that you're watching out for any of those aggressive behaviors that sometimes these breeds are known for. So now that you know the different stages of your puppy's development, let's dive in to see how big is your puppy actually going to get. Now we're going to dive into a really cool calculator that's going to determine the size of your dog when they're fully grown. Now we're going to go to my website, pawdorablefinds.com. So from the home page, you can go to the dog breed section and you'll see the dog weight calculator. In there, you enter in your dog's current age in weeks and their current weight in pounds. You click calculate, and for me, I'm having 61-pound dog when he's an adult. Now, the average size of the Polish lowland sheepdog, so my dog's breed, is 35 to 50 pounds. Clearly, he's on the larger side of that. But you know what? When he was born, he was much larger than his litter mates. So I'm not overly surprised. Just because you have a guideline on a breed in terms of what their size is meant to be, sometimes they don't always follow the breed standards. So just be mindful of that. They may skew smaller or they may skew a little larger, like my dog. So at the end of the day, bringing a puppy home, again, it can be topsy-turvy. I do hope that you found that this information will help you sort of navigate through some somewhat stormy waters from time to time. If you did find this helpful, it would mean the world to me if you would hit the like button and the subscribe button as well. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching and have an awesome day.